Okay, so let's see what other story we can have here. Let's find a health story or a science story or something here. Let's see here. Okay, here's one. WHO wants faster, more flu vaccine production. Let's check that out. And I'm just going to zoom up for you. There we go, that's pretty good. Okay, so WHO wants faster, more flu vaccine production by Min Lee 5 hours ago. The vaccine used to contain the recent swine flu pandemic was effective, but health authorities will need to ramp up the speed and volume of production during the next global outbreak, a World Health Organization official said Monday. The WHO declared last month that the swine flu pandemic that started in June 2009 was over, after it killed about 18,600 people worldwide, far less than the worst-case scenarios in which authorities said millions could die. The widespread use of vaccines was critical in limiting the number of casualties, with studies showing they offered protection in up to 95% of cases, WHO official David Wood said at a news conference on the sidelines of an influenza conference in Hong Kong. Some 350 million doses of the vaccine were administered worldwide, according to WHO figures. That gives us considerable hope for the future pandemics, that the technologies that we have to actually make the vaccines are effective, said Wood, the Quality and Safety Team Coordinator for the WHO's Immunization and Vaccines Department. Okay, let's finish up there, and let's have a look at some expressions and vocabulary that are useful here. Okay, so here's something here. So the vaccine used to contain, all right? So to contain something, all right? Of course, the word pandemic. And here's a really good one. Ramp up, okay? Ramp up, what does that mean? And let me see here. Declared, of course, is a very common word that you should know. Now here's one. Far less than, okay, so first of all, far less than, okay, which is very common. I think everyone knows that. But here's one that I want you to know. Worst case, and then they have scenarios. So sometimes it's the worst case. It'll say worst case or worst case in this situation here, but they'll have scenario with it as well. It's very common. And what's another good one here? Oh yeah, sure. The widespread use. Okay, so widespread use. Critical in, okay, critical in doing something. Critical here in this case in limiting the number of casualties. What is a casualty? And then here, protection in up to 95% of cases. So you're going to see this quite often, especially this in up to, okay? In up to 95%, in up to, 500, in up to whatever number it could be. And here's a good one. On the sidelines of an influenza conference. So on the sidelines of something else. What is that? On the sidelines of. That's a really good one that you should know. And what else should we look at here? Considerable hope. Okay, considerable hope. That sounds pretty good. And let me just see here. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. I'm not going to read the rest of the story, of course. It's just too long. But there you go. There are some really good vocabulary and expressions for this story here about health.